Alright guys, this is Jacob from Wedge Me. This is my first video in a while. I'm still working on the ZER video, the zero exposure ratio video. I actually haven't worked on it at all yet because Christmas and stuff, been trying to get all that handled, get all that going. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one out there that's busy at this time of year. I got 2 kids and stuff. It's a big deal, you know. But anyways, I've had a couple people talking to me about what to do on the 678 if your don't keeps getting knocked off. Well, one thing I do is I only let it happen twice normally. Now, a lot of that has to do with where I'm at in profit. If I'm way up, I usually just keep going because I know that's going to turn. But if I'm not, I'm just starting out and it gets knocked off twice right away, especially on the same shooter. If the same shooter knocks me off twice, I assume that shooter is going to go light side, and I just go light side with him. Now, does that work every time? No, of course not. Sometimes you get burnt all the way around on it. But that's what I do, and that's how I trust it. All right, so I'm going to start with the $75 don't. All right, and guys, remember, I shoot at the aces, the 3 and the 4 right here. I use this 1, 2, 1, 3, and I try to shoot at that. Now, does it mean I'm good at it? No, but I do try. And there's an 8. All right, 5, 3, 8. And I go straight to the iron crosshair, guys. This is 100% exactly what I do. Now, if I get knocked off on this 8 here, I'll give it another try. I'll bump it up to 100 or 125 or something. So I'm just going to rhythm roll this, however this lands. I'm just going to shoot it because I'm trying to dodge an 8, and I don't really know how to dodge an 8. And there's an 11. All right, there's a $15. Remember, I usually go 3 hits. At 3 hits, I take and I go start pressing. There's a 4, hard 4. That's hit number 2. So at that point, you're $30 up. There's the 7. Okay, so we didn't make it 3 hits. That's fine. $75. Racket. Let's try this again. All right. Here we go. Coming out. Now, guys, when I get up $150, I attack. And there's a 6, 5, 1. When I'm up $150, and I get there a lot with this strategy, I start attacking. So by attacking, what I mean is I make a bigger don't, I spread out across all the numbers. And why does it take $150? Because you're only really playing the don't. Remember all this other stuff, $35 winner. Hit number 1. All this other stuff is outside of the strategy. So I mean outside of the exposure, not the strategy, sorry. Outside of the exposure. So the only exposure is the don't. So you only need $150 don't. You don't have to have $150 for everything. There's a 9. That's hit number 2. There's a 10. It's hit number 3. Okay, so now after this, I'm going to start spreading out. I like it when I hit the fields because they fit right in it. You know, you $15 on the numbers as you go. And no, we're not. Got a 7. Okay, that's fine. All right. I don't know if we're quite up 150. We're close. We're up 100. All right, here we go. Why do I choose 150? Because 150 out of 600, you know, that's like 20% of it, or 18% of it, or something, you know, or 25% of it. Sorry, it's really early in the morning and my brain is not working. You don't have to go to the Iron Cross here, guys. The reason I go to the Iron Cross is because you get all the other numbers for cheap. You get them really cheap, and it's nice to get them really cheap. All right, there's a 0.7. That's just a tie on this. And you can add odds. There's nothing wrong with adding odds. Would have been a big deal there. But usually, like I said, I don't attack like that until I'm up $150. I let this strategy get me up $150. All right. So there's one knockoff. We go up to 100. Come out 11. So if I get a second knockoff here, even if it's a 7, there's a 6. Now if I get roll a 6 right back here, I'm going to just go light side. I'm not going to fight it. Haven't had any other points besides 5, 6, and 8. That's crazy. Here we go. There's the 8, 6, 2, 8. No other points. Okay. Aces. Okay, this is gonna be a $30 winner. You could count that as 2 hits if you want. I just count it as a hit. One single hit. And an 11. Okay, so that's the 3rd hit. So for this, we're going to start spreading out. See, if you do roll the 6 here, I mean, this is clearly winning. This shot is clearly going good, so it's okay to spread out. And when I spread out, what I usually go to is I go to 96 across. All right, so if I roll that 6, I'll go to 96 across. Because, like right now, I'm getting that 4 for a press bet. It's out of profit. It's nothing I got out of my bankroll. And there's the 8. It's going to win 20 overall. And I leave the cross up until I have all the other bets. When I have all the other bets, I switch over to a horn or a C&E bet. And there's that 6, perfect. Okay, this is exactly what I was trying to show. So I'm glad it happened. Okay, so that was the second knockoff, right? So I'm gonna come over here to the pass line. I'm gonna play the pass line. And whenever I set up, I'm gonna break this 5 and 8 down into $15 unit bets. Here we go. There's that 6 right back. Okay, so I'm gonna pull them down. And this is what I'm going to do at this point. And now, this is risky. But I still mitigate the 7 at this point. I start with a $15 come bet. It's a little bit of 7 mitigation. It's not a ton, but it is a little bit. So if you do roll a 7 here, which I thought I would because it just seemed right. All right, we're going to win 21. What I love about this is this 21 works perfect. So now I can just put that right there on that and go like this. Now you don't have to do it all. You can go $10 if you want to collect something, but I jump right back in the come. We need a bumper come up $5. Sorry. And again, all I'm trying to do is cover that come flat bet. Them other bets are already paid for. All right, there's a 3. That kind of sucks because now we're going to have to go up to 25. And there's the 5. Okay. And what this is doing This is allowing me to transfer my risk. Let's go to 30. I'm not getting anything 25 and over. I'm not going to put odds on. And this is exactly how I play this, guys. There's no exactly, this is exactly what I do. There's a 639. Okay, so since we hit our come bet, we're going to go, we don't have to keep going up on the come. Right, and then that right there is going to pay 15. So we're going to drop down to 20. And so this is the transition I was talking about. If it's going light side, ride that wave. Ride that wave. Don't keep putting don'ts out there. If he's banging numbers, let him hit numbers. 639, and you just keep getting the numbers with him. $30. I'm gonna leave a quarter right there. We're going to put $10 in odds there because it's not 25. And so now, if you guys realize how many times we've hit, when we do roll a 7 here, and we get paid on this come, it'll actually be profit. $27 winner on that 4. Okay, let's leave the quarter. And again, now some of these come bets are kind of arbitrary. It's kind of how I'm doing. It's kind of where I'm at. And if you do want to play those odds, you're getting them at the true odds. So if that's your game, if that's your style, there's an 11. We'll take that quarter. So at this point right now, I could easily drop down to 15 there because I just won a quarter. So it's paid for. That one's paid for. Whatever you want to call it. Something's paid for. And there's the 10. Perfect. All right, so there's my third come bet. Usually I don't go past a third come bet because of an exposure thing. All right, so there's 27 for the payment. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to hopping. I'm going to get some whites. So I'm going to hop the 7. I think I only get, okay, I'm going to hop the 7 here. I don't know. I might have messed up on those dollars there. For 3 apiece. Why am I doing this? Because I have a feeling the 7's coming, but I don't want to keep putting contract bets out. All right. Or you can just go up in your, there's an 11. You could just keep going up in your come bet. But that's not what I like to do. And I said I would do what I like to do. So let's hop these again. You're not supposed to roll the 11. Here we go. And there's that 7. How did I know it was coming? It just had nothing to do with anything besides that I'd rolled a long time. That's it. Nothing else. All right, so 3 times 15 is 45. So, in the big scheme of things, now, we didn't necessarily win what we lost on the don't back, but we did make a huge step forward just in the game on ourselves. Because let's see what we got. Okay, so we're up. Instead of being down after hitting them 2 don'ts off, now we're up. Why? Because we just rode the wave of the light side. Nothing else. Now you drop back down. 1, 2, 1, 3. So that kind of worked out exactly like I'm hoping someone. Oh, there's that 4. We're aiming at that 4. And in this case, you know, you jump up, drop 100 extra on there. So now you're at 125. $110. And hopefully you don't hit a 4 here. I mean, you got to take your chances on your 4 and 10. That sucks if you hit them. That's one of the big problems. if you do take chances on that 4 and 10 and you hit them, that can be an issue. There's 35. Probably drop 15 here and pick up the 10. In this case, you remember we've met our exposure, and now we're just trying to get winners. Oh, there's that hard 10. $27. Good choice there. Let's swap that out for a quarter. And again, now it's just kind of freestyle play. I'm going to hopefully hit a couple more numbers. And there's an 11. We don't have none of those numbers. You could obviously next hit maybe spread out to them, hopping them. You could play the field if you wanted to. You are getting double hits on some stuff, so there's nothing wrong with the field in this case. It's just better to play the horn, in my opinion, at that point. All right, so we had a couple winners, and then we got a winner at the end here on the 7. And that's how this strategy is exactly supposed to operate, that roll. All right, so let's just see what we're up. After a couple knockoffs and a light side transition, so 600. And I might have messed up a couple dollars. All right, so we're up 100 at least for sure. I didn't mess up that, at least $5. So we're up 100 after one bad run and then a light side transition to help us fix it. A couple normal style runs, and that's basically how the 678 is supposed to operate. That's how it's supposed to catch itself. Them are the things you're supposed to do to catch it. And now obviously you could have rolled 7s in there or something, but you would have mitigated most of it as you went. I can't, the dice are rolling however the dice are rolling here. So I don't have a lot of choice on how that's happening. But it did show getting knocked off twice and how you can come back from that and how you just let it go light side. Because most likely, if you get knocked off twice, the roll has been pretty good. Now, barring it just getting knocked off back to back, like in 4 rolls, which is crazy, but I guess it does happen. Barring that happening, you're going to have hit some other numbers in there. So there's some mitigation of your losses in there. So again, unless it just back to back to back to back on your don't, I don't see how you can just really lose a lot. As long as you're progressing that don't as you get hit. And so let's just play just one more round. All right, so in this case, let's just put this whole 100 on there. Let's see what happens. Let's progress this up. If you're not willing to progress with your profits, then you should take your profits home. You shouldn't just stay stagnant. 3-2. If you're not willing to go up, then you should be going home, because the truth is, if you're not willing to go more money, then you need to take what you've won with you. You don't want to end up a loser. And there's a 7 right away. Okay, fantastic. You don't want to end up losing, so you may as well, if you're not willing to go up in profit, let's go to 125. If you're not willing to progress, you might as well go to the house. So if you're up $100 and you're not willing to go to a $100 don't, then just take your $100 and go home. Oh, come out 7. What is that? 125. Okay. There's 150. Not supposed to come out 7s. I think that's the first one, though. We did have an 11. I can't really help the 11. There's the 10. All right. So we got 150 there. So a lot bigger number. We need to not roll 7 here. We need to roll a couple winners. And since it's on the 10, maybe we'll attack a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we have a much better chance of not rolling that than normal. 35. Maybe we'll attack. Here we go. Just stay off that 10. And, you know, maybe we'll put some odds as well. There's that 9 right back. That's a good one since we just pressed it. So 35 and 18. I mean, 35 and 21, my bad. It's 56. Okay, I'm gonna put this $50 in odds. All right, that's just like putting it in your rack as long as you don't roll the 10. Same thing, you're just gaining $25 on the 7. There's that hard 4. Drop $1 for 50. Bump up to 5 all the way there. Here we go. Yo, we don't have no yos. Don't hurt us, don't have them. And what do we got this time? 6, hard 6. 35 bucks. Let's get some white. Let's put $30 on there. Again, as long as you don't roll a 10, all that money you put on that don't hurt you, because it's the 7. There's a 314. Let's bump that all the way. Here we go. Now you could regress all this down back to the normal right here. It is a good move. I'm just going to let it go. And there's the 5 for 70. This is the payment for being aggressive right here. This is how you win, because you're aggressive. And this is a good, being aggressive is good. It's what you want to be doing. All the way to 100 there. Here we go. 6-5, yo. Remember, I'm not picking a dice set, I'm just grabbing them and just trying to control throw them. And we got the 7. Perfect. We could have obviously pulled down there and made extra money, but if that's not a 7, it's an 8 or something. You know, it's the right move to stay up. Got most of that money back right there anyway. And that's the difference with being aggressive. That was a pretty good roll. 500. Okay. So we're up $250. Awesome. Anyways, guys, this is a little bit more tutorial on how I play this strategy. And this is Jacob from Wager Me This, and you guys have a great day.